Yeah.
Just gonna cough some more, or no? Okay.
Nah, I choked on my own spit earlier, and I'm just
Yeah,
having some
like
fun.
a like a mental patient. Christ.
Good guy, good guy, good guy, good guy, good guy, good guy.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Static Show. This is Bob.
Hello, everyone. This is Al Stewart, the 70s rock icon. You might remember me from the great song I wrote called Year of the Cat. Well, because of certain recent things that are happening, I've rewrote it to the Year of the Slap.
Did you work all day on that?
Here's a
what,
sample.
a, what a shit bit.
You go walking in the park like... Oh, wait, shit, I fucked it up. Okay. Will Smith goes walking through the park like he's Muhammad Ali. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Is there more?
No, that's all I came up with.
Holy shit, that's terrible.
It was funny when I thought of it. I was shaving this morning. I go, God, that's so killer funny. It's so
It's
funny.
the year of the slap. Chris Rock, don't you call my wife a bald bitch, or I'm gonna hit you right in the puss.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm like, that's so set up. First of all, let me just say,
Yeah.
I didn't see it until later like late this morning, like 10:30, 11 o'clock. But I read
Yeah.
about it first thing this morning. I'm like, that's a setup, total setup. I didn't even have to look at the video. Total setup. And
Right.
then I see it, and it's like, oh yeah, total setup, total setup.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come out eventually, or it may not. Who knows? But yeah.
Right.
The Oscars just entered into the realm of reality television. You know?
Good times. No, yeah, we were watching something else, and my wife's like, "Oh my God, something just happened at the Oscars." I'm like, "What? Wait, what?" She goes, "I don't know."
Because
What?
because of COVID, they become incredibly irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody goes to the movies because of COVID. They haven't gone to the movies in 2 freaking years. So they got to do something to pull everybody attention. You know what I mean? So
The last movie I went to was
Debbie Does
Empire.
Dallas.
No. Empire Strikes Back re-release.
Oh, okay.
And that's just because my kids made me go. So I was like, okay,
I was like, you last time you went to the movies was 1980.
Yeah, remember 1981? Princess Leia showed her boobies.
I remember going to see Empire Strikes Back. Holy moly. It was crowded. I do remember that it was crowded. And my brother took me, and my brother's very tall. And I remember we had, because there's so many people, you know, you got your tickets and they lined, there's only one theater because this is olden days where there wasn't a multiplex. And then they lined us all up against the wall while the other people were coming out of the theater. And I was miserable. But it was a great movie, but I was miserable waiting to see the movie.
Right.
And I just remember I was beside my brother who still is half a foot taller than I am. And at the time though, he was probably a foot and a half taller than me or something, and I'm like, this is weird. So but we got to see it. It was great. Loved the movie.
He told everybody he's Peter Mayhew, and you're like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. I wish.
Your brother, his nickname is Chewy, is it?
His
not?
nickname is Chewy, yes. That's my brother. Yeah, because he is extremely tall, so.
Yeah.
He is I don't know that he's as tall as Chewbacca, but he's pretty close, I think.
Yeah.
Now I gotta look this up. How tall?
How tall?
How tall is Peter Mayhew?
Riddle me this, Siri.
Oh no, he's not as tall as Peter Mayhew. He's 7'3", so.
Oh shit.
But he is taller than Darth Vader. So there you go.
David Prowse.
Who is 6'6", yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's my recollection. And this whole slap thing, what a bunch of nonsense. But
it's nonsense.
I know you bought into it, but then again, you guys were the ones who bought into the Blair Witch, so.
No, I just thought I would like to slap you and a few other people now that I think about it.
Well,
yeah,
hey, come right ahead. Come on.
I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it.
Yeah, I would enjoy it. I will tell you.
What?
Not only would I love to do it, I would enjoy it. Or you're like channeling Christy Brown. No, who's the guy who played Christy Brown? My Left Foot. I'm blanking.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. I would enjoy it.
No, come on.
You sound like Plainfield from There Will Be Blood. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
Hey, Bob the Butcher.
Yeah, Bob the Butcher, yeah.
Or Bill the Butcher.
Bill the Butcher, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I'm having a tough time with names.
Yeah, so Static Radio.
Oh, I thought you were going to launch into your story.
No, well, that wasn't really my story.
Year of the Cat.
Man, I thought that was so funny this morning. Damn it. Man.
Well,
so
it's mildly amusing, but people would have to have any inkling of an idea about that song. So
I know everyone's like, "What?
Oh, Year of the
Cat? What?
Is this about Tony the Tiger?"
So, I let my son, I let him pick what we watch a lot
because he likes boobies. So.
But I know everything he watches has boobs in it. I'm like, okay, I think I'm seeing a pattern here.
Like father, like son.
Uh-huh. I told that story a while back, of the Peacemaker where I walk in and it's like this episode where Peacemaker's going to town, and
right, yeah.
all that. And, do you want to taste it?
Uh-huh.
And so the other night he's like, let's watch this. I go, okay. I wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, oh, that new Jackass movie, Jackass Forever, right?
It's called Titties, Boobies, and More.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is more Jackass Forever, I think is the name of it.
Something like that, yeah. It's kind of more like Scrotum Forever, basically.
Oh, my God.
So I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was funny as hell, right?
Yeah. Well, plus you love to look at scrotums.
Apparently, because now I've been condemned. I've been condemned by my wife.
Why?
All right. Here's her thing. She goes, you know what? She goes, I'm tired of your bullshit. Because every time I want to watch a movie, they'll show some guy's butt in the movie, and you get all offended. And
well, that's true. You are Mr. Double Standard. That's for certain.
She goes, you just watched an hour and a half of basically guys, their scrotums hanging out.
Right.
And you enjoyed that, but you can't watch like 2 seconds of man ass. I'm like, right.
Exactly.
Because this fits the movie. This is the movie.
What? The man ass fits the movie in her movies.
Yeah, I think it's just gratuitous. It's gratuitous, I think.
No. If it was gratuitous, he would be doing the dishes or something.
I don't know. It just seems like there's been this trend since the 1990s, to show more and more man ass in a movie.
I say let him have it. I told you I saw that French thing and the guy's dick was hanging out half the time.
Well, that's what I just saw in Jackass, but it was funny because it fit the movie, though. It fit the movie. It went with the movie.
I think you have a little bit of a hang up with penises, and
I know. I watched Jackass. I laughed.
Well, I mean, if it's in a more, you know, dramatic sense,
Yeah.
you don't like to see it.
Right.
You don't want to see Robert Reed's rich man, poor man ass.
Oh, I didn't know he
He
dropped
he
trout in that,
did,
did he?
yeah, rich man, poor man. You can look it up.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't look it
see?
up.
You don't even look it up. I'm sure
I
your
don't know.
wife wouldn't mind
Well, no,
seeing
'cause
Robert Reed's butt.
I would not appear naked like in front of anyone else, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's fantastic. No one wants to see you naked.
That's good. Well, that's good because I don't want to be naked in front of people. I don't really want to be naked in
You're
front of
like
people.
you're like Ulysses S. Grant. I've never been seen naked by anybody.
That's
My
right. I don't
mother.
know. Maybe I do have a hang up because I would not be naked. I just would not walk out of like
Yeah,
you know.
President Grant. He was never he bragged about not anybody not seeing him naked. You can look that up too.
We got Cliff Clavin on tonight.
Yeah,
Holy
Cliff
cow!
Clavin.
First Robert
I can't
Reed.
remember anybody's fucking name, but I can remember all this other stuff.
Yeah, we are just talking about everyone went to college with. He's like, what was that guy's name?
I don't remember names. I cannot remember people's names.
Yeah, but you mentioned Robert Reed, and this guy's like, oh,
Oh, enchanté, Robert.
let me unzip my pants a little. Hold on. All
Twirl
right,
my
yes.
mustache.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
I don't
See,
know.
I think you
Apparently,
got. I think. Okay. All right. This coming week, this next week, I want you to watch at least two. This is your therapy. Two movies with your wife of her choosing,
my therapy. Okay. All right.
and if don't even talk. You have to watch it. You have to keep your eyes on the screen, even if there's somebody's butt up there or whatever. And
What's the Clockwork Orange? You're gonna make
you
me
can't
watch
make a
it with my
statement. You
eyes?
just have to take it in and enjoy the art.
I keep a smile on my face.
Well, you know the new season of Bridgerton is happening right now. I don't know if your wife watches that, but
I don't know what that is. No.
oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Basically, if it doesn't have some kind of weird superhero thing in it, I don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, see, that's part of your.
Yeah.
It's the see the movies have made us into infants. We have infant taste for movies. You know, there was a movie called Power of the Dog. I watched it. It was an Oscar contender with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
You talk about a weird movie. Watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Benedict Cumberbatch shows his penis. If my recollection is correct.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
And his butt. So now that's okay. Watch. It's a weird movie, so you may not want to watch it. But Power of the Dog. It's on Netflix, I think. You got to watch that this week with your wife, so she can see the Cumberbatch.
I don't know if he's like her cup of tea, though. She's not really.
I mean, if she's married to you, then maybe she should watch.
Built guys like me.
I'm sure if you did a search on the internet, you could find Hee Haw Porno, and Junior Samples would be in there.
Hee Haw Porno. He's a picking and I'm a grinning.
Yeah, it'd be like you and Roy Clark standing there next to each other. It's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, there's an option for you. It's an Oscar contention, movie. It's kind of a weird movie, but I watched it.
Watch The Lighthouse.
I have been wanting to watch The Lighthouse, and I almost watched it over the weekend. But
I want you to watch The Lighthouse.
I know that it's weird, and I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't in the mood for it. I watched this great Danish film over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, it's about dog?
There was a male behind in it called Riders of Justice with Mads Mikkelsen. It was good. I liked it. It was in Danish. You had to read the subtitles, but very good.
You
What?
know, I was thinking some Danish movies, and
Well, no, I like Mads
yeah,
Mikkelsen. You know who he is? He's a really good
no,
actor. And I saw he was in
yeah,
this movie. I said, I wonder what that is. And so I watched it, and it was good.
yeah,
It was not your typical Hollywood movie at all. It was definitely a European movie, and it had man's butt, a couple of men's butts in it, and no women's parts that I can
yeah.
recall. But
I think we're seeing less women's parts and more men's parts in
I don't
movies.
think so. I think you could pretty well see women's parts anywhere you want to go.
I don't know. I think that is definitely tamed down quite a bit.
Well, I mean, this isn't the 80s with Porky's and, private school and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. Spring break and all that good kind of.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
get all that. But
yeah,
no, I think that's what you got to do this week. That's your homework.
yeah.
You report
All
back
right.
next week, all right?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can see this is not going to happen. This is like this is your whole life. People give you
You want
homework
me
and
to
you're like,
watch
I'm
Magic
not doing
Mike or
this.
something, right? Okay.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. There's no way. You can't make me do it. I'm not doing
It
it.
makes me less of a man.
I can't. I got a threshold for butts. I'm just telling you.
I go nuts for cowboy butts. You know me,
I,
man.
I saw enough in high school. I don't need any more butts.
That was just the teachers. Oh.
I had my teacher was the house, the speaker of the house,
Um.
Dennis.
No. No. Yeah. Yeah. We did not cross paths. We did not.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, I only saw that dude once, and he was out eating like supper with his family.
Oh, okay. What was his last name? I
Before
can't
all,
remember his last name.
you don't need to know.
Dennis something. Anyway,
Calhoun.
no,
Dennis
it wasn't
Calhoun.
Calhoun. Start with an H. You're not gonna say it, are you?
No, yeah. You don't need to know that.
So yeah, so that's your homework this week. You can watch. You got two choices now: Riders of Justice, which is you're not going to watch because it's got subtitles, or Power of the Dog.
Chocolat.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Power of the
I don't know.
dog.
Is your wife in the background? Can she hear me? Do you want to see Benedict Cumberbatch's package? She,
Meow. No, she said no. So
oh my god.
no, you heard her. Meow.
Yeah, no, it's just you being like a cat or something. I don't know what's going on.
Meow.
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 So, is that the end of your story, or?
That is the end of my story.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Just checking. I don't want to step on your toes or anything.
Okay.
So, hey, guess what I did this weekend?
You had to work,
Oh, I
according
had
to
to
you.
work. Yeah, but I went to the Buc-ee's of the Midwest, Wally's, Great American Road Trip. It's a giant gas station here in St. Louis
Yeah.
metro area.
Yes, I saw you made a video.
I made a little video. Yeah,
You seem to enjoy yourself there.
I did. Well, yes, I did, but it was,
You did.
you
You
know,
did.
I'm
Yeah.
forcing myself out of my shell. I'm going to be more like Miles Tidal. I'm going to go out into the world. I'm going to see things. I'm going to talk, at least to myself. And
Were you by yourself, by the way?
my son went with me, but
Oh,
essentially
okay.
he did not want to participate necessarily.
Dad, this is stupid.
Yeah, well, I said, you want to go? And he's like, yeah, I'd like to see what it is. And then I said, well, I think I might film a little video or something. He's like, okay, but leave me out of it, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Mm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So a couple of funny things happened though in the process of this. So
Yeah.
it's only been open for like I guess it was open 2 weeks on the day we were there because the
Oh
guy
wow.
at the counter said so. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
this. It's like the wall. I don't say the Walmart, but yeah, it's like the Walmart of convenience stores. It's huge, huge place.
Yeah.
And there is a video, and I'll put a link down there. And but the funny thing was, is I wanted to shoot more video inside there, but it was so crowded. I was trying not to catch, other families and people on the video, but I couldn't help it because it was so packed. And at one point, I had done, some clips, and I did a little, funny little stuff. I was just being goofy, and
Mhm.
and I kind of got self conscious because people kept looking at me, which is not
Daddy,
unusual. But what?
the creeper with the phone is filming us again, Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. So I just took some pictures and fleshed out the video with a montage thing. But the the funny thing is it was really really busy, and so I stopped taking video. And my son comes up to me after I was, and he goes, "I'm glad you stopped doing that." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Several people looked like they were going to kick your ass."
You weird creeper. Oh my God.
So there was all
Creeper.
these guys who worked in the area. They all had like the safety vests on and the safety shirts on.
Yeah.
And apparently they were giving me the evil eye, and I didn't even pay attention.
What are you doing there, son?
Yeah, and my son's like, he kept getting further and further away from me, and
God,
and so
you're
then I
being a
go,
douchebag.
I put the I put it away, and I told him, I said, I think I'm feeling a little self conscious. He's like, that's good, Dad, because all these guys in the safety vests are gonna kick your ass.
That'd been funny.
And I'm like, really? Because I can't. I just got a weird vibe, about it. I didn't see anybody who was giving me the evil eye, but I was just like getting nervous because there's so many people, and yeah. So anyway, he kind of clued me into that, but it had everything. You could get a pizza, you
Yeah.
can get like a pastry, you could get a bunch of beef jerky. They not only did they have a wall of beef jerky, they had a counter with specialty beef jerky. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's totally crazy. You get a brisket sandwich and a popcorn and ice cream. Oh my gosh.
Can can I videotape your meat?
Yeah. And then
What?
I,
What?
I did
What?
take a picture of a T-shirt that said Wally's Meat Lover, and I sent it to Miles.
Hmm.
I said, "Here's a shirt for you, Miles."
Yeah. Thank you.
And then my son said, "You should tell him that you found it in the Pride section." I said, "He's already got enough identity problems."
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
But anyway, that's not even the weirdest part. So, um, so we did all that stuff on the inside, but before we actually got inside, a totally random weird thing happened outside. By the way,
Mm.
there's only two Wallies in the world right now. One is in Pontiac, Illinois, up near Chicago, and
Yeah.
then one down here outside. It's in Fenton, Missouri, which is just outside of St. Louis. But anyway, they're just like Buc-ee's, I guess, in their layout and everything. If you know what Buc-ee's is, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
But the Buc-ee's are all through the South, down in Texas and Alabama
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. So, I don't think I've ever talked about this on the show before, but I have an electric car. So I have a car that runs on electricity, not gasoline. Have I ever mentioned this before?
No, this is one of your secret things that you don't
Yeah.
tell.
I've had it for about 3 years, and
Yeah.
I drive it. Well, I don't drive to work as much now, but I do mostly work from home. But I used to
Yeah.
drive it to and from work, and then we drive it around now because gas is so fucking expensive. So we drove the electric car to Wally's, and
Yeah.
uh, they have car chargers. They also have 72 gas pumps, but they have some car chargers as well. And
Yeah.
so one of the things I was going to do was try out the car charger. So we pull up, and I'm looking, and there's a car charger, but it has like these orange cones by it. So I thought, well, maybe they're not ready to go yet.
Right.
So I park just away from them in a regular parking space, and then we start to go in, and we walk by the car chargers, and I'm kind of looking at them like, are they working? Are they not working? You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
it out. And this guy goes, "Hey, are you going to charge your car?" And I go, "As a matter of fact, I did want to charge my car." And he goes, "I'm with the company who put the car chargers in."
Uh-oh.
And so he goes, "If you want to pull up here, I'll hook you up so you can get a free charge." And
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
"I'm your man. I'll be right here." So I went over and pulled the car around, and I'm like, "Yeah, let's charge this baby up, right?"
Were you being mistaken as a woman again? I
No,
just
I
want to
wasn't
know
being
that.
mistaken as a woman.
Okay, because you
So
do
so
know that.
then the guy's like giving me the spiel and telling me all about it. "Hey, I'm from Oklahoma, blah blah blah. I work for this
Oh,
company."
yeah,
And
pick
he had a Tesla because he was there in a Tesla. And I said, "Oh, did you drive that all the way from Oklahoma?" He's like, "No, I rented it here." And we're
yeah.
talking, and so then he's fiddling with the thing and plugs my car in and is gonna give me a free charge. And I'm like, "This is great." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, it's only a couple bucks, but whatever. I'll take free charge. Plus, it's one of the things I wanted to do while I was there. And so while he's getting it going, I said, "Well, is there an app for this?" And I'm asking him questions. He's like, "Yeah, yeah." So I download the app, and then it starts to work, and then it stops. He's like,
Oh.
"Oh, I don't know what happened there. It's not working." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sometimes." And so then he tries it again, and it stops. And then he's like, "Well, let me go this other one." And so he drags the cable from the other charger thing over, plugs it in, and it doesn't work.
Oh, great.
So then we're standing there, and he's like, he gets all nervous, right? Because basically nothing's working.
Yeah.
And it's cold, and he doesn't have a jacket on, and we've been talking about how it's cold and he doesn't have a jacket. And the next thing you know, he's like, "Okay, well, I'll put some. You got the app, so I'll put some money on your account." And he takes off.
Maybe I was just trying to pick you up. That's what I think.
No, no, he worked because he started the machine. I didn't have to do
Well,
anything.
yeah, anyone could do that.
No, he had a thing. You could tell he
Yeah,
was working for the
I
company.
think this dude was trying to pick you up at the gas
No, I
station.
don't think so. Believe
I,
me, he was a guy who probably liked to look at butts on movies, but because he was younger, he's more hip. I just thought
yeah.
it was hilarious because it didn't work. And then he didn't know what to do. He's like a sales guy type. He didn't know what to do, so he just kind of left.
Yeah.
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 I
He
was
blew his
like,
load. He's like, no, sorry, man.
yeah. No, he didn't even do that. He's like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll put some money on your account. I'll see you later." He's gone.
Yeah, yeah. Bye.
And I said, "Well, I'm just going to park here then."
Hmm.
And then we went inside and did our other stuff. But I
Yeah.
didn't record him. I should have. It was really quite the interesting situation. So I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you folks, but at Wally's, they just don't charge yet, but they're working on it. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I won't go in. I'm into the electric car stuff. I won't go off on all that for people, but it's a fun thing. So
Hmm.
for me, not for everybody else. For me, it is.
Yeah. Right.
But I thought that was kind of goofy. It's like brand new. Everything's brand new.
It works. Yeah, it works. Come
Yeah.
on in.
Well, it doesn't work now. I guess. What am I gonna do?
Well, I'm just gonna go in there and videotape children with my phone. If you want to keep working on my car, no, you think I'm done, sir. So you
Yeah,
drive down there.
I'm leaving. And he got on his Tesla and took off. Luckily, we did not rely on the fact that that would be working. I got a whopping probably 5 miles of charge out of all that rigmarole. So nothing basically.
Oh, geez.
So, but we had a good time at Wally's, and my son's like, we're leaving, and the only thing we got, I like, do you want to get anything? Like whatever. And we got a magnet
Right.
because we have this magnet collection. But he's like, no. And then we get in the car. He goes, Dad, that whole store is filled with nothing but stuff that ends up in a landfill. It's a bunch of tchotchkes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, other than the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. I'm like, that's very observant.
Next week he goes to Pontiac to go to that one.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to Pontiac to see that one, yeah. I think it's very, very similar.
Yeah.